Hello, my name is Michael. I'm a filmmaker and video coach, and today I am joined with Anne-Marie from Beginner Book. Hello, Anne-Marie.
Hello.
So we had a discussion after our networking group this morning that we would create some content today, and we decided that we would do it with a 5-minute window, a little bit like my slideshow. We're going to have a 5-minute timer just to find out a little bit about who you are, what you do, why you do what you do, and more importantly, how we can help you. How does that sound?
Perfect.
Good. Right. So I'm going to start the timer in a minute, but I'm just going to let people know that there is a dog barking in the background. I can hear her whining. So I know that she'll probably make an appearance at some point, but I'm just letting you all know that right now. So are you ready for me to start the timer?
Go for it.
Good stuff. The timer has started. So Anne-Marie, first of all, tell us a little bit about your business, Beginner Book.
So, the premise of the business is to give people the opportunity to hold their finished book in their hand. And it's as simple as that. It was something that I'd always thought I would never be able to do. I'd always wanted to write a book, but the whole process was just something that I thought other people did. And then eventually I decided to kind of just get on with it and do it. Did tons and tons of research, learned everything the hard way, as we always do. But that moment when I held my actual finished book in my hands, it was just so emotional. And the whole experience was incredible. And I didn't really think too much about it at the time, other than, yes, I've done it, fantastic. And then I went on to do another book and so on. And it wasn't until people then started sort of asking me questions about how have you done it, I just sort of realised that everyone doesn't automatically know. And the fact that I'd done all of this research and kind of taught myself how to do all of these things, that was something that I could help other people with. And so, a friend of mine who's dyslexic had written her own book. She came to me and said, can you help? Because it's kind of all over the place. I said, yeah, of course I can. Went through the process with her, realised that I could help her. That was kind of like the first thing.
So you found a niche in the market then, really?
I suppose so. So we kind of did the whole process together. She launched her book. It's now self-published as well. And I cried then. And I just thought, wow. And it was seeing other people's dreams come to life.
I guess it's
help them do that.
I guess a lot of people put these things off, don't they? A lot of people have these ideas, but don't actually see it come to fruition. You're that person that brings people's dreams to life, in a sense.
Yeah, exactly. And so many people want to write books, but for a variety of reasons, they don't. And if you've got the drive and the determination and you want to do it, then I can absolutely help you do that. And it kind of just takes away all of the grotty stuff that goes with it, if you like, and you get to work with me, which is obviously an absolute bonus. And you kind of start the process with nothing other than your idea or whatever it might be, and then you end the process with your book. And
so the process is, so what is your process to help somebody from that A to Z moment?
So it depends where they're at, because I can work with anybody on any level, whether it's fiction or non-fiction. Typically, people come to me when they've got the idea pretty much mapped out. Mm-hmm. And what we then do is put in place, I've got various packages that I offer, and we put in place one-to-one meetings. So the first meeting is always talking about where they want to go with it, looking at distribution options, that kind of thing. And then it's literally just a case of me supporting wherever they need to be. So whether whether it's a brainstorm that they need to have, whether it's support with the editing, etc., and then we just kind of work through that process over a period of time. We get to the end, and that's when I kind of source the printing options and do the covers and all of that. Yeah. And
well, that's what I was going to say, because obviously most books come with illustrations, and that is probably where most books are quite successful. Is how do you do that process? Do you outsource the illustrations?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things that I outsource. One is illustrations, because I cannot draw to save my life, and I would not take that on anybody. So I've got like 2 or 3 illustrators that I will typically go to, depending on what the need is. The other thing is obviously printing. Again, I've got a number of local printers that I will speak to. And photography, if I need photographs, again, I will outsource. But pretty much everything else I do. And if I don't know how to do it, then I will find someone that does. So the package is priced for you to go from nothing to having it basically done.
And how many books have you successfully got to that stage from literally just an idea in someone's head?
Gosh, hang on a second.
Roughly.
3, yeah, probably. I think I'm probably on about 8 or 9 now.
Right. Okay. And is the process long? Does it take a long time to work with somebody?
Can do. Yeah, it can do. Fiction takes longer than non-fiction, purely because it's a much more creative process, and getting people's ideas out can be a bit more challenging.
Do you know what? That gets me every time. And you know, when I used to do the slice, I never got used to it, and I still haven't got used to it now. But that is your 5 minutes. So how can I, someone who obviously networks with you every week, how can I help you, or how can the viewers watching this episode, how can they help you?
It's more, it's just kind of keeping your ears open, I think, really. Most business people, particularly coaches, service professionals, want to write a book that accompanies what they do, particularly people that, professionals that give speeches and that kind of thing, how-to books, you know, how to do LinkedIn, how to do videography, that kind of stuff. So anyone that's thinking in that kind of area, absolutely. The other one is really just when you're kind of talking to people about what you do and just listening to what they say. And it's listening for those stories, because everybody's got a story. Everybody
has got a story, yes. And I completely resonate with that, because, you know, obviously Morbid is a story that I wrote when I was 19, and it came to fruition because obviously I'm a filmmaker, so I've produced it, and it resonates with me. And I think this is why we have such a good connection with each other, because I get it. I know what it's like when you take an idea from your head and you visually see it. I probably cried for months on end myself. So I completely get that. So hopefully people watching this will be able to go, I need to speak to AnnMarie, because my cousin Susie or whoever, my uncle Tim, has a story that he wants to get out on paper. So have you enjoyed this little interview?
Yes, it went very, 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 very quickly.
Good.
I garbled a lot, but that's all good.
Good. Well, my pleasure. So, AnnMarie, thank you very much for your time today. And I hope that anybody that's watching this will get in touch. If anybody would like to watch any previous episodes of The Slice that I do, or any of my valued content, you can head over to youtube.com/TakeTheCakePro. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.